Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to explore a novel approach to extracting data from documents using Azure Document Intelligence combined with GPT-3.5 Turbo. If you're interested in learning more about AI and cybersecurity, go ahead and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest content. Now let's start by setting the context. As you know, most organizations need to efficiently process and analyze large volumes of documents. While manual processing is of course an option, many companies aim to cut costs and improve efficiency by leveraging AI. There are powerful AI tools available for document processing and data extraction, and one of them is Azure Document Intelligence. I will go ahead and briefly give you an overview of what's available in Document Intelligence Studio. So Document Intelligence offers various APIs, such as the Read API, which can be used to extract printed and handwritten text along with barcodes, formulas, font styles from images and documents. There is also an API called Layout, which we will be using later on. This one can be used to extract tables, checkboxes, and text from forms and documents. We also have the General Documents, which can be used to extract key value pairs and structure-like tables and selection marks from any form or document. In addition, we have several pre-built models that can be used to extract data from invoices, receipts, US tax documents, and so on. Now, these models are of course generic and might not fulfill your requirements. If that is the case, you can build your own custom models tailored to your specific use case. To train a custom model, you need at least 5 documents. But it is worth noting that processing documents with high variability in layout, appearance, language, and so on can pose a significant challenge. So in theory, you have to train the custom model with at least 5 documents for each variation. This of course demands extensive manual work and can be impractical when samples for every variation are not readily available. To address this challenge, engineers at Microsoft have developed innovative solutions that combine the Layout API in Document Intelligence with GPT-3.5 Turbo. They have shared several samples on GitHub to help you get started. So this repo belongs to James Croft, who is an engineer at Microsoft. It contains a really good sample, so go ahead and give him a star and then clone the project. I've already done that, of course. Before checking out the code, I want to show you a picture in an article that clearly illustrates what we will be doing. So first, the user uploads a PDF file for processing. Next, a request is sent to the Document Intelligence pre-built Layout API. We will ask it to return the response in Markdown format. Now this format is simple yet effective because it preserves the document's hierarchy, allowing GPT to recognize structures such as headings, lists, tables, and so on. In the last step, we will prompt Azure OpenAI's Completion API with specific instructions to extract the data you need in JSON format. Let's go ahead and check out the code. So this is pretty straightforward. The first thing we need to do is to log into Azure. Next, we need to install all the .NET dependencies, which in this case, for instance, are Azure OpenAI, Azure Document Intelligence, and so on. Then we need to load the environment variables from a file named config.env. These values are of course needed in order to be able to consume the Document Intelligence and OpenAI's APIs. We also define the name of the file that we will process. And before proceeding, I would like to show you how this invoice looks like that we will process today. Now this is a pretty basic invoice where we can see the company name, we can see the address, we can see a list of products with their respective unit price, quantity, total price, and so on. And lastly, we are initializing the clients for both Document Intelligence and OpenAI services using the specified endpoints and API keys. So the next step is to perform layout analysis on a document to extract markdown content. So this code reads a PDF file, converts it to base64, and then sends it to the pre-built Layout API in Document Intelligence. It will retrieve the result in Markdown format. And then finally, it will print the result to the console. Let's go ahead and execute this code block. And as you can see, the Layout API has successfully converted the document to Markdown format. And also note, we have preserved the hierarchy and the structure of the document. Alright guys, so we are at the last step where we will use GPT 3.5 Turbo to extract structured JSON data from the markdown content. Now in order to do that, we have defined two types of prompts. A system prompt, which is the instruction to the model that prescribes the model's behavior. You can think of it as a persona. And the persona allows you to constrain the model's behavior to a specific task. Alright? Then we have the user prompt. And the user prompt is the input to the model that provides context to the model's response. It is the input that the model uses to generate a response. All right? So to clarify this, guys, let's have a look at the code. Again, as I mentioned, we have the two prompts here. We have the system prompt where we are saying you are an AI assistant that extracts data from documents and returns them as structured JSON objects. Do not return as a code block, all right? And then we have the system prompt where we are saying extract the data from this invoice. If a value is not present, provide null. Use the following structure. And here we are referring to a JSON structure. If we have a look at that. In other words, we are trying to extract the following data. We are extracting the company name, invoice data, a list of products, a total amount, and the signatures. So what we are doing here is that we are telling GPT 3.5 to extract these values and to return them to us in JSON format. In addition, we are setting various parameters, such as the deployment name, which specifies the AI model to use, the max tokens, which limits the length of the AI's response, the temperature, which controls the randomness of the response, meaning lower values make it more deterministic and focused, and lastly, the nucleus sampling factor, which limits the diversity of the response. And then we will send all this information to GPT 3.5, which will process the request and generate a response. So let's go ahead and execute the code. This might take a while. Alright guys, as you can see, GPT 3.5 successfully extracted the values that we want, like company name, invoice date, a list of products, and so on. I hope this video helped you understand how you can leverage document intelligence combined with GPT 3.5 to extract data from documents. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more AI and cybersecurity tutorials.